Gagasi Fast Lane Reality Check.
Oh yes, she is here. We have been waiting for this for a while now. In case you're confused about who we're talking about, it's a lady that first came to us, where we were all like, who's this now? When we heard this.
And question loyalty nomtshato. I'd rather leave a bang mention or mention with Uzolani imagining and thinking that Nandim cheated than to stay with his Luanyanes Fanananes in Fanbamna. I enjoy being violated by Indota and he trust I. I went into that meeting with pure intentions, Lindy. I didn't flirt. I didn't do anything of that nature. He had no right to Umzimbawam. He had no right to force himself on me. He took a piece of me. When he left me lying in the boardroom, I died that day, Lindy. I died. Every day in Divuga. Ndiphila Lindiwe.
Hectic.
The goosebumps, right? Lunathi Mampofu is in the building.
Like, I could picture that whole scene.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, the memories of that scene.
You genuinely hate me, right? I'm like fighting back tears.
You have a brother in the same industry as you, right?
Yes,
who we actually had on the show late last year. Oros, we had the time of our lives with him out there in PE. I want to just ask, what inspired both of you guys to actually get into this acting space? What kind of conversations were you and him having? Maybe even performances as kids? What brought you here?
Honestly, they weren't any conversations. I think it was mostly just how we were brought up.
Yeah.
We came from a home, like I said, with a lot of creativity behind it, whether it was fashion, whether it was cooking, whether it was music, people who played instruments, you name it. And then, most importantly, we had a father who was a priest. And so we were very, very active in terms of the music part of it, the theatrical part of it at church. So that's all we knew, just being in front of people speaking, being in front of people singing, being in front of people, So I think that's where the love for creativity just stemmed out from.
And the rest is history.
And then the rest was history.
The proof is in the pudding, babe. So you spent a few years living in Peshaya, You even gave birth to your daughter while living in the US.
Yes.
What did that whole experience teach you about yourself and ungabuyela khona futhi to pursue the so-called American dream? Or do you feel like the world has become really global and if they want you, it's easier for them to find you now?
First and foremost, the world is very global. If they want me, they'll find me.
No.
I've always wanted to come back home regardless and make magic back home, in our country and create and do beautiful things. My experience in the States, guys, is an experience that I can never really and make it one little thing, you know. But if there's anything that I learned from being abroad was independence. And
how old were you?
I don't know how old, but it was in my third year. I went 3 years after 2000, and how old am I now? 38.
Yeah.
So it was about 12 years ago.
Okay. 26.
Yeah, 26. So
so you'll always remember your time in America, Moba.
What's all
Skye? What's
all the diploma?
The sky is not the limit.
American studio. Listen, you've done so much justice on the characters on the river, the Queen and Fatal Seduction.
Yes.
And you've really turned those characters where people have started having social commentary and just speaking and so forth. What do you personally feel is a role that has been your best role where you think, to
you?
For me, and it's such a difficult thing to say, obviously, because I put my all in all my characters, but it has to be the river. The river, my soul, my blood, my face, my legs, my everything.
Did you hear that?
And I literally put it into that character, and it was the first time actually having that opportunity to just let go of Lunathi completely.
I think then that also raises the thing that iron sharpens iron and steel, that story, because everybody on the river who you were with at the time as well was killing it. Like, I remember I used to quote Zolani all the time because, like, he was just doing such an amazing job. He spoke to me. It was relatable. So it makes sense. I get it.
The Gagasi Fast Lane Reality Check.
Our guest is still here. Actress extraordinaire who also brought us this.
Plans always change.
He could be dead, Pretty.
Oh well.
Pretty, we can't just carry on and get a condo in up.
That's exactly what we are going to do.
You know what's annoying is that Ujoma was there for you when he needed it. He did everything in Mandlinyake, Pretty. Everything in Mandlinyake to make sure that we're right. When our Ketum Juleles in jail.
Namin, and the most interesting thing is you were actually, as your voice started, like Lunathi, thinking, what production is this until you heard the mail. That was you and the Queen, and you killed it there as well. Jeez. So with that in mind, there's the river, there's the Queen, there's a shadow, there's fatal seduction. There's so many things that you've been in. What's been your most challenging role so far in your career?
Guys, let me boost. The most challenging role has to be, I'm going to speak because it's the most recent as well. It has to be Disaster Holiday.
Yeah.
It was my first comedy. I never thought that I could ever do anything close to doing comedy. I've always wanted to challenge myself and try and do it. And I was just in my head most of the time. And that's what you need to not do when you're doing comedy.
Right?
Yeah, so that one was a bit of a challenge, but I really had so much fun.
And now you've added to your range as the actress. So now we can do comedy.
Abantu always compliment you on your amazing sense of style. I saw a post of you in Japan. You looked phenomenal.
Thank you.
Now, you see her today.
I mean, I can imagine. So are there any plans of turning your passion for fashion into business? You know, Mikari?
Peggy manage.
I mean, give us a clue.
Come on, Linda, the manager. She can tell us. It's only the three of us.
You know.
So end up it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's long overdue. I think I've been mentioning it on every radio station and interview that I've had for the last, 3 years.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to just give birth, you know.
Time to give birth, huh?
Yeah.
Pinda smile.
Names, get out the gutter.
A big thing right now with a lot of entertainers, especially having gone through COVID and so forth, is diversifying the offering, you know, and now you've just spoken about what you're going to be giving birth to. Mm-hmm. But outside of the stuff around the entertainment industry, is there anything else that you're doing or secret? That's where
the problem comes. There are a couple of initiatives and things that I am starting and gonna grow in the film industry, fashion wise, producing, and all of that great stuff. But I don't wanna, obviously speak.
Of course,
you know. But the most important thing, it's for me this year, is just giving back.
You're like extremely passionate about that. If, for example, you won Ilo Toksasa and you could switch off social media, you could never have to work again. That you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
And I just love giving back. I would literally go out there and just make a change and make a difference in
as many as you can.
As much as I can.
Are you an Aquarian?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, okay. Pisces are also humanitarians.
Right, okay. I'm a people person, very caring, and we always try and give back and do things like that as much as we can.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you've already kind of touched on Disaster Holiday there alongside Prakeni. How was it working alongside such a legend? Because, I mean, he totally gets it in every role he's in.
Dude, he's my husband in real life. Not like that. No, but I don't think I've worked with a lot of people, and I'm always so blessed to work with people that become family and become so close to me.
Yeah.
But Kenneth, he's a dad, he's a brother, he's a friend. He literally carried me throughout that show.
And the chemistry was amazing.
The chemistry was just... It was real because it was real.
Yeah, boo.
You know, it was honest. He's just an amazing human being. He's always laughing. He's always jovial. We were working with kids, something that was extremely difficult. As much as Nabantwana, you think that you know how to deal with kids until you have to work with them and understand the difficulties of them being tired, you know, and all of those things and work around all of that. But we managed, and he was just always putting me in my place to say, Lunathi, kumtana. Understand that this person is dealing with this and this and this, but he's just an amazing soul. You know, he's a thespian. He's amazing at what he does.
Shout out to the OG.
Can I just say something, Lunatic?
Yes, my love.
I always thought y'all were dating. I'm like, okay.
No, Kenneth.
Yeah. I saw you together at this other place in Mhlanga. I'm like, are they dating?
In Mhlanga?
Yeah, it was like, I think last year or 2 years ago.
That's when we were shooting.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was like, okay, this is an odd
shooting. Kenneth, they think we're dating.
Hey.
With Spectacular Zisto and DJ Nate, the show is called Gagasi Fast Lane, and we are wrapping up our chat with our guest, Lunathi Mampofu. I want to ask you a question, right?
Yes, sir.
That, I know that we are all in touch in some way with our sexiness, ne? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to you, did you think much of how much of a sex symbol you are in this country?
Me?
Clearly
before
not.
This.
Ngiyabona nangoku ndiyakubawela and ndiyazicakela kuhlobo ndikubawela ngalo. Ndihlala apha ecam kwakho nje khona izinto endibawelayo uzenza bakubo. Izinto ndingazange ndazenza mfini ngaphambili.
Imagine.
Izinto endingenayo nebhizinesi yoba bekufanele uba ndiyazigcina.
I'm pretty sure like all the male followings at that time were like quadrupled. Because like especially how you played that particular scene, you were giving, you know, your co-star like this look like, oh my goodness.
I've been away so keep a yonky man. Tata nine.
No way.
What else? Are you comfortable like with being an amazing sex symbol?
I don't know. I guess I've never even thought about it like that. No, I don't.
Girl.
I honestly
Okay,
don't.
wait. Are you saying that you're, like, are you dating right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Because if you don't get it, then that person's not doing enough.
Clearly.
They should be reminding you every day.
No, they do. They do, and that's the best part.
That's amazing.
No, but I think a lot of people just have always thought that I'm married or something like that. I don't get a lot of DMs.
Do you think that you're intimidating them?
Definitely intimidating.
I've heard that.
Really?
I've
not in my first encounter. Like when I first met you, we clicked and it was
a
vibe.
I think abantu bayan respect again. Let's just put it that way. I think like people just respect me and they can see that I'm a decent person, a loving person, a genuine person.
Decent of me. I'm a fan of a
No, people are there. You know, they try their luck, but they don't overstep.
Oh, shame. 3 quick questions, né? Which means 3 quick answers.
Yes.
One is, what word best describes your reality right now? What one word?
Grace.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yes, sister, your side? Where's Zisto now? Okay. I'll ask for this on behalf of Zisto. Mm-hmm. Future plans. What can we look forward to then this year?
A lead role. Fashion,
nice
brand, and last but not least, hopefully another child. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hi, me, Tamtasi. How can we keep tabs on you on the socials?
Lunathi Mampofu on all of my social media platforms.
And shout out to you for joining us today. That was fun.
Thank you so much for having
this
me.
was actually way too short. Like we need to have you back for
longer.
Right? Hey. Maybe actually even have you co-host the show with us. It's coming.
That would be great.
We'll have fun with that in the future. That was Lunathi Mampofu joining us right here on Gagasi Fast Lane. Makosi Maskakane is standing by.